Okay. We'll get started. It's right at time, but I know there's like weird transitions between things. So hello, everyone. Welcome to your next session in More Dreaming on our final day. My name is Lauren. I'm moderating the session. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with how Goldcast works by now. Pop your questions in the session chat or in the Q&A section on the right hand of your screen. If for whatever reason you don't want to listen to this session, which I highly recommend that you do because Jennifer is amazing, feel free to switch your track by hitting change track below or the agenda up above. But now I'd like to pass the mic over to our speaker, Jennifer Schneider, today.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And we are going to get right into this. All right. So it's been fantastic. My dreaming has been a slam-packed day. Lots of great feedback. You're just going to get a preview of the whole presentation. There you go. Lots of great feedback we're already seeing on the social channels. So super excited to be here, super humbled to be able to speak and be back with my Trailblazer family. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer Lynn Schneider. I am a solution architect at Qualified. And today we are going to talk about the trifecta of website management. And really what I want to bring together is kind of understanding where are we today in this digital first world when it comes to events. Events like today, virtual events, webinars, right? Things have definitely changed in the last 3 years. And some of us are still marketing the same way, or our companies are marketing the same way. And some of us have realized we need to change some things. So as we kind of walk through 3 top strategies that I use with my clients and have seen kind of industry wide, I want to back it up a bit and talk about what do we know? What do we know to be true today, right? When we talk about event management, we've got that standard process of emails and forms and this registration on multiple platforms. And sometimes it can be cumbersome for the end user. But what we do know is that virtual events are abundant, right? They're everywhere. In fact, there's so many of them, and you really have to be valuable with the time that you want to give to these events because there's so much good information out there. And so how do we make your event an easier thing to transition to? How do we make your event speak to your audience and they choose you over the 4 other events that week? The second thing that we know is your website is now your biggest asset. Where websites were from a B2B perspective years ago was kind of like a nice to have. It was like, these are our products and services. Here's what we do. But we very much used on-person events and our personal connections and word of mouth and our customers to be able to kind of drive some of that revenue. Over the course of the last 3 years, that's definitely changed. And now as B2B marketers, we're definitely leaning on our website, which is our digital store, and we need to be more present there. So we're seeing this big boom of web personalization. We're seeing a big boom of chat. We're trying to integrate our sales and marketing together to push people to the website. The third thing that we also know today is that, what we did 3 to 5 years ago is not really working well anymore. We might be struggling in an organization that's hard to change, and us as marketers and ops folks need to be able to push that change. And we're going to talk about how to do that today. And the last thing is, all of the buzzwords, B2B, B2C, B2B2C, I don't care what you classify yourself as, it means absolutely nothing. And I always give it to you straight. So those of you that have interacted with me before, worked with me before, no, I'm going to give it to you straight. We're all humans. Right now, we're interacting with each other very digitally. You need to be there. Be where the humans are, right? We can't classify ourselves, or we shouldn't classify ourselves as B2C or B2B, and then that is going to dictate how we behave or how people respond to us. We are in a world where everyone expects you to know who they are, have a bespoke experience, and give something that's relevant to them because we are completely overloaded with content, all from our screens. So that brings us to our top strategies. Now, there are a ton of different event strategies out there, and I am going to try to keep this high level because I really want us to engage in some conversation after this. But I'm going to talk about 3 main strategies. All of these focusing on your website as your digital store. You've got your homepage experience, where you are going to invite the masses, right? Brand awareness. We want to educate you on who we are. And this is kind of an event that you're going to just go ahead and invite everybody to. The next strategy would be more of a nurture strategy. I have a specific audience. They might not be where I want them to be necessarily in the funnel. Maybe they're a little more top of funnel, but I know who they are. I want to educate them and possibly convert them. But we might use landing pages or a third-party landing page because we're utilizing a different platform. And then the third strategy we're going to cover today is the bread and butter, right? ABM, paid audiences. We're seeing digital marketing so much more folded into our operational marketing and our sales. All of these lines are really blurring, and we need to be able to have different strategies and be able to capture those individuals. That ABM and paid audience, that is all about conversion, right? We paid money for you to get there. We took a lot of time to figure out who you are, and this message better be tailored. So we're going to walk through those top strategies of how to use these items on your website and your tech stack in the following slides. But first, we're going to talk about this from a chat perspective. And instead of sending out that email to get that registration, what if someone could register on your website? Now, these are three different thought processes used by clients, and they have a little bit of different flair. There's a different reason that we're giving these type of greetings to individuals that come to our site. One, we're only going to show these greetings to specific individuals that we've known, or we might show them to anonymous users, right? When we think about that homepage or that default kind of experience where we just want a lot of people to get to that awareness style webinar. So the first one you can see has a clear call to action, secure my spot. I know exactly what I'm doing as an end user. I want to go ahead and register for this particular event. Very self-explanatory. We know exactly what's happening. In the middle example, this is really great for kind of like a virtual event like today, where we might have a known visitor that's coming to the site. We might have some criteria, but we're also opening it up to attendees. We're opening it up to anonymous users. So we have a couple different call to actions, right? We want registration, but maybe somebody's not really sure. Like, give me some value. Like, what am I going to learn here? We can create a whole track that takes them down, shows them some content, and gets them to understand why it's important to be at our event. Attendee hub, that would be great, right? Let's bypass all of that other stuff for attendees, get them into the hub, get them into the place that they need to talk to individuals and get them set up. So again, think of this as like a traffic controller, right? I've got all of these different options. Sending out emails is great, but being able to kind of talk to individuals in different ways and the ways that they need to be serviced on the website can be a much quicker and easier way to access your team. And the last is something that can be used in multiple ways. Think of this as maybe like a QR scan code after a live event, or maybe there's a mailer that you mail out that brings them to a specific landing page or website and allows them to book a meeting with a rep either at the event or after the event. Imagine meeting with someone at a live event and then being able to send them a very quick link that they click on, and boom, they have this great little like, hey, we know you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Let's book a meeting. So think about the creativity that you can utilize on your website by changing up that registration and event process. So we're going to go ahead and dive into our first strategy, which is invite the masses. So first of all, what's our goal? Our goal here is more than likely awareness or education. Our method would be to capture that information and convert them via bot. We'll talk about why that might be in a second. The platform, obviously your CRM, they could get to your website by sales enablement, nurture. We're also going to use chat and possibly a web personalization platform as well. All of these things tying together. And how are we going to measure that? You know me, I'm always going to bring it back to Salesforce, and we're always going to align that with our campaigns. So let's dive into that just a little bit. These 5 questions on the left-hand side of the screen are definitely questions you should ask yourself before every single event to really understand who are all the people I need to get into the room, right? If we're going to scale across multiple platforms and make this journey for our event, who are the people we need in the room, right? So first, who is on your website? So what's our audience? The second, where did they come from? How did they get here? How are we pushing these individuals to our website? How or where do we want to engage with them? Do we want to engage with them in a bot? Do we want to push them to a form? Do we want to push them to navigation? How do we want to engage with them? Is it right to convert them, right? Where are they in the business process? If it's education, then maybe we shouldn't be pushing conversion right now. Maybe we should be doing what we set out to do. And where are we going to measure that ROI? So for this particular masses awareness webinar that you might be having, you're going to have a lot of anonymous users and top of funnel known users, right? They're going to arrive on your site either by like Google search, or they could be pushed there through a drip campaign or a sales enablement campaign. Now, your strategy could vary between, I want to show you multiple options, like we saw in that CTA, the second image that I showed you, where we're going to allow you to chat with someone. Go ahead, book a meeting. Go ahead, learn more. Oh, but here's our webinar of the month. I have a lot of clients that will switch out that for CTA every month to highlight the latest webinar, ebook, whatever that might be, so that their content stays fresh on the website. Or this could be a big event for you. This is your Q4. This is your product launch. This is your, new and improved, right? Just launched a new website. Get to know our new brand. Maybe we just want to focus and we want to take out all the other CTAs. And for 1 or 2 weeks, we want to know all of these individuals that are more top of funnel. We want to get them registered to this event. That strategy is going to be up to you. In conversion, we talk about converting them through the bot, having questions answered and verified through the bot, because this probably isn't going to be the area that your sales team is going to be focused on right now. We want them to talk to other individuals that are further along in the buying stage. So we're going to utilize our automation platform and tools to be able to automate this conversion for you. Now, on the back end of your chat platform, most of them you can Tigger it, but I was going to say trigger, but Tigger can be here too. We're cool with Tigger. But you can trigger your marketing automation platform with, automation, setting fields, think automation rule, think completion actions, right? So being able to set a field, add someone to a campaign via chat, triggers your automation, marketing automation to send out that email, or maybe increase your part out score, or all of the good things. If you're using something like Marketo too, you can add it to a Marketo program. So think about those things that you can do on the back end. And lastly, we're going to tie that experience or playbook that you're utilizing on your platform. We're going to tie that to a Salesforce campaign. Maybe it's the event campaign that you already created for the event, or a child that rolls up to it, so that you know how much traffic was driven through your chat on your website. So we're going to look at the next 2 stages very similar in the same way, and you're going to see some variations. We're not going to spend as much time on them as we did here, but you're going to see the different strategies that you can use with the different events that you have and the different audiences. So the next is your landing page. This one's a really good one if you're using a third party. Maybe you don't have control over the landing page or the form for that matter. Maybe you're just getting an Excel sheet kind of sent to you afterwards. And I've dealt with this a lot personally, and I have a lot of clients that say, I want to know, I want to have more control over who's interested in this event. And it's great that I get that Excel sheet, but I have like no visibility whatsoever. So utilizing landing pages and converting, we're going to talk about how to do that in just a sec. So what's the goal here? If I'm going to nurture, educate, and convert, these people are going to be probably known users as well. Our web method, we can either navigate to that third-party landing page, or we can navigate to a personal landing page that we have, and then we have the option. Are we going to navigate them and have them convert on the form? Or are we going to navigate them and have them convert via chat? Platform alignment, you've got your Salesforce CRM, your marketing automation tool, possibly your sales enablement tool involved here, your chat tool, and web personalization. And again, we're going to tie all of this to a campaign in Salesforce to be able to track that ROI. So let's talk about how we would do that. So who's on your website? These are going to be nurtured prospects. How are they going to arrive? They're going to arrive via a sales enablement like Outreach or SalesLoft, where we're going to have a link that sends them to the website. Or maybe a marketing automation drip campaign or engagement studio. We're going to serve up that unique experience for the event. And again, you've got that option. Are we going to focus on the event and say, hey, I'm going to disrupt everything right now, and I want you to register for this event? Or is it an add-on? We want to allow you to navigate the website, talk to our team, or register for this event. How are we going to convert them? That's another choice. So if it's a third-party landing page, maybe we send them to the website, we engage them with the information. If they're known, we can automatically add them to a Salesforce campaign here and then navigate them to that third-party landing page where then they fill out the form and register. But at least we were able to capture them while they were on our website. Now, if it's your own landing page, you can decide, you know what, I'm going to actually take them right to the landing page from my sales enablement platform, email, or my marketing automation email. I'm going to make my landing page really beautiful and graphic, and I'm going to extend chat on there. Or I'm going to go ahead and make that landing page beautiful, and I want to use a form submission there as well. So you've got some options here. You've got 3 different options where we can start to capture those individuals before they either leave to that third-party landing page or they leave and navigate. Imagine utilizing the list you then have from the third-party folks and the folks that engaged in that experience on your website. And if there's any people that we're missing, that's going to be when we want to get, sales or marketing back involved and nurture back out to them. Again, we're going to be able to trigger that marketing automation platform from anything that happens within that chat experience. So even though we're pushing them to an external landing page, we can still add points, trigger emails, do all sorts of things inside our marketing automation platform from the chat platform on the website, including adding them to a campaign if they're known. So let's talk about our third strategy, and that is ad clicks, right? Paid advertising, grabbing audiences, ABM, target accounts, named accounts, ICP, you name it, whatever you call it. That's what this one is all about. And this goal is all about converting and creating opportunities. This is money. And notice that our web method is a little different here, where before we were utilizing the bot to kind of handle the masses that were registering and grabbing their information, pushing things on the back ends to different platforms. The second was our landing page. So we were either utilizing, again, chat or a form to be able to capture that information. And here we have human, right? So while we're going to allow them to go ahead and register, we're also going to make sure that we have notified an individual that either owns that leader contact or that account, or an account team member, or a BDR, SDR that has the knowledge to be able to speak very clearly about products and services as well as the event. We want to make sure that we give them first class white glove service, right? It's no problem to have a conversation, collect their info, right on the chat platform, give them that beautiful experience. We're rolling out the red carpet for these folks. Now, the platform alignment, again, is going to be your Salesforce CRM, could be your sales enablement, chat personalization. And now we're going to start sprinkling in Google Analytics, Google Ads, LinkedIn ads, and Facebook ads. And with Qualified, you are also able to see the ads that come through to the website and what ad they clicked on and create unique experiences off of that. And other chat platforms, you might be able to use UTMs to do the same thing. What we're trying to do here is understand the entire journey and understand that if our web and ad spend is here and we're bringing that audience to our website, we want to be able to capture that follow through and bring that again back into Salesforce to a campaign for attribution purposes. So kind of went through that before moving to the slide, but for reference, who's on the website? Your target top accounts, ICP, which would be your ideal customer profile, your target audiences. How are they going to arrive on the site? Via paid ad, Google, LinkedIn, Facebook. Based on that, we're going to be able to serve them up a unique experience. Notice here, we don't say, well, hey, do you want to give them options or focus? This is all going to be focused. We're going to extend that digital story of the ad. We're going to get them to a person or get them registered straight away. How are we going to engage them? We want to convert them in chat. The ideal time would be me being able to have a conversation with you and saying, hey, George, how's it going? Interested in our event? Absolutely. This is going to be really great for your organization. Let's grab a few details. I'll take care of your registration. Here's an ebook. Really looking forward to it. Is there any other questions you have about our company? This is the type of service that these targeted folks should have. It's what's going to set you apart from your competition. If you're not doing this, your competitors are. So don't underestimate the value of being able to update those existing records with details by interacting with a human, having a voice and video call right when they're on the site. Click through a paid ad, greet them by name or greet them by company, be able to do a voice and video discovery call, get them registered for the event, and move them along the process. That's like gold right there. We have the capabilities now in the tech stacks to do that. So just want to show you how those things can be aligned. So wrapping up so that we can have some conversation, remember that by using chat, it's still a conversation. I've seen so many clients use chat platforms and it's really cold. It's really medical. And it's basically, it's like, and your name and your email. It's like, no, you're having a conversation. Okay. So think about some tips that you can do to make things more conversational, like validating your information instead of asking for your information. Using enrichment tools like Clearbit and Sixth Sense and Demandbase to be able to bring in things like company and annual revenue and industry without having to ask those questions. And never underestimate the value of updating an existing record. Maybe someone comes in and they don't work at that company anymore. Well, allow them to update that, right? You can see in the second example here, we have your name as Jennifer. Is this correct? Yes. That makes this registration process super seamless. And tone. Always remember that in your emails, in your cadences, and in your chat conversations that you are talking to a human. And so feel free to be playful for that, within your brand guidelines. So as we wrap up the presentation, which strategy are you going to try, right? Are you going to try booking those meetings? Are you going to give some people places to navigate on the site and then constantly update the latest and greatest webinar? Or are you going to focus all hands in on your next large event? Get creative, use emojis, use GIFs, use images, and remember that we're all humans. Doesn't matter if it's B2B or B2C. With that, because I'm never a woman without action, this isn't all just all high level stuff. We also do that here at Qualified. So Lauren is going to add a link for you guys in the chat. We would love for you guys to join our Pipeline Summit event, but at the very least, click on that link and go through our flow and see how event registration is actually happening today, live and well. But you guys are all invited. It's going to be a great, great thing here. But I want to open it up a little bit for some conversation. Big shout out and thanks to our sponsors as well. But would love to open this up, talk to you guys a little bit about some of maybe the technical details that you might have questions on, because I know it was a ton to cover in just a very short time. So Lauren?
Yep, I am back. I don't have any questions coming in, actually. All
right.
Just some really good positive feedback about great information and all that. And yes, like please check out the Qualified event. As a former Qualified user and admin, it's definitely an amazing tool. If you guys haven't checked it out, this is not a promoted plug by any means. It's fine. It just kind of naturally happens. So if you guys have any questions, we are going to get kind of booted out of this one and you guys will get past your next one in about a minute or so. So if you guys have any, we have one in here. What gift Jen used to get, hold on. If I can read things, what gift Jen used to get our attention to sign up to her event? I can't fully read.
Oh, I don't think I've saw that one. So what gift would you use? Is that what you're asking?
So I think that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so when I think about events, if your event is like product focused, like let's get a 5 to 7 second GIF on your product. Like if you've got reporting, let me see the reports. What's the back end look like? You also, for holidays, we do a lot of gifts as well. So it can be comical. So what is the objective of the event? It could just be some movement with your logo. It could be individuals, interacting together. Think about what would represent that. Gifts are great for engagement because it's like, ooh, something shiny. Let's just face it, right? We're like, I don't want to go to the website and see the same thing every single day. Change it up. And now I'm gonna have that dancer song in my head for today so much. Like, I'll be dancer. Thank you for that. That's fabulous.
Just gonna start putting that one everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have been great. Hopefully, if you haven't seen this here and you've seen the recording, you guys have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Find me on LinkedIn or Twitter at Jen Talk to Me, or LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with folks, answer questions. And if you have any questions about tech stack stuff, let me know, because I love to dive in the nitty and gritty. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.